Alright, let's break this down. Why did Donald Trump increase tariffs on countries around the world? You probably heard a lot about trade wars and tariffs during his presidency, but what was really going on behind the scenes? So, first up, what's a tariff anyway? It's basically a tax the government puts on imported goods. Say, if the US buys steel from China, a tariff would make that steel more expensive. The idea is to make foreign stuff cost more, so people buy more American-made products instead. Now, Donald Trump didn't invent tariffs, but he definitely made them headline news. In 2018, he started imposing new tariffs on a bunch of countries, mostly China, but also the European Union, Canada, and Mexico. The reason? Trump said the US was getting ripped off on trade deals. He argued that other countries were selling lots of products to Americans, but weren't buying nearly as much US stuff in return. That trade imbalance, in his view, was costing American jobs and hurting US industries, especially manufacturing. But here's the thing, Trump didn't just want to balance trade. He also wanted to protect American companies from what he called unfair practices. For example, he accused China of stealing American technology and flooding the US market with cheap goods. By raising tariffs, his team hoped to push China to the negotiating table and get them to stop these practices. Now, this wasn't just about China. Trump slapped tariffs on steel and aluminum from the EU, Canada, and Mexico, saying that relying on other countries for metals was a national security risk. That's a bold move, right? So, what happened next? Other countries didn't just accept it. They hit back with their own tariffs on American products. Suddenly, US farmers, car makers, and other businesses found it harder to sell their goods overseas. It became a full-blown trade war. Did it work? Well, the answer depends on who you ask. Supporters say it brought China to negotiate new trade deals and protected some US industries. Critics argue it hurt American consumers, because higher tariffs can mean higher prices for everyday goods. And some businesses struggled to adapt to the new global rules. At the end of the day, Trump's tariff strategy was all about shaking up the global system. He wanted to force countries to make deals that, in his view, were fairer to the US, whether it worked or not. That's still debated. So, next time you hear about tariffs or trade wars, you'll know, it's more than just taxes. It's about power, negotiation, and a whole lot of strategy. Thanks for watching. See you next time.